I really want to make this clear before I do this video. I have judged myself harder than anybody else. Any of you people in the comment section that might say whatever can judge me. I have been my most harsh critic. There's nothing that anybody can say that I haven't said to myself. There's nothing that anybody could say that I haven't thought even when it comes to just the most brutal things. In reality, we are our own worst enemy sometimes and our own worst judger. And this is a video I really feel like I need to do, because a lot of people who have been in this industry or who have been trafficked, which I was trafficked when I was just about to turn 19. So a lot of people want to talk about the trauma side of it, and I totally respect that, but I want to talk about what I learned from men. I learned a lot.
Okay.
And
Oh shit. Right.
actually, I learned a lot. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. She saw the worst side of men. So I mean, you know, w- w- you know what I'm saying?
not all bad.
Oh,
I just want
okay.
to make
Yeah.
that clear.
All right. And she's positive.
My perspective is very different than I think some other people's. I am not saying that. I want to make this clear real
Gotta
quick
spit it up a
that
little bit. Give her some crack.
almost every single one of those men had no clue that I was being trafficked, that there was a pimp or somebody helping to, like, there was somebody else behind the scene. They
Yeah.
had no clue that some of the things that were being posted, it was actually a guy putting all that stuff on
They thought she was a
there.
freelancer.
They had no clue. So I just want to make that clear before I do this. This is not a normal video that I have seen. So I thought it's something that I've really been trying to like grasp at for a really long time. For many years, I've been out of this for 7 years and got out 7 years ago. So I just want to start by just putting that out there. I feel very nervous. My heart is racing. My heart is pounding right now. And I feel nervous talking about this. And I hope that people understand where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to judge any I take from that experience was going to be pain. But over time, I realized that I learned more than just the trauma part of it. I learned about people. I learned a lot about men and women and myself. Um, how we all search for connection, even when we don't know how. I don't excuse what happened to me, but I can't pretend I didn't see the men who paid to see me who paid to see me, not just for what they did, but for who they were. Some were broken, some were grieving, some just wanted somebody to lay next to feel human again. And for reasons I'm still figuring out, I've wanted to understand them. I want to understand everything. I'm the type of person that questions everything. Why do
What is she? Does she study psychology? Let me see. She's really curious. So let's see what she talks about. Her channel.
people do this? Why? I'm very fascinated by people, and including my own decisions, but especially others. Um, I remember there was one guy whose wife passed away, and he didn't even want sex from me. He really just wanted somebody to watch a movie with, to lay with, to talk, or
Hmm?
to be in silence, while he remembered what it felt like to be close to someone. It reminded me of the movie Her, where Walking Phoenix falls in love with an AI, not because he's desperate, but because he's lonely. Because even though the connection isn't real, it feels real enough. That's the part I think most people don't understand, is that for some men, this wasn't just like about lust. It was about escaping the silence and trying to find somebody that
This is why what people don't understand is that the sex industry. I mean, it's gonna get bigger, but it sounds like I sound like an evaluator. It's gonna go up 2.3%, but it's men are more lonely than before. So, the more we use social media, the more we disconnect from other people, the more this is going to be happening. There's more need for it. You know, um, and and what I, that's that's just
can
what I say
maybe
about that.
give you comfort, and trying to find the warmth in places that left them colder than before. And that's not something that normally we can find with society nowadays by just going out. Sometimes you can, but I don't know. People are different. I'm not here to judge. but I'm not really here to judge. Um, Not every man I met was like that though. Some were addicts, not to substances or alcohol, but to the chase, the high of the transaction. I wasn't a person to them. I was just part of a loop. It felt like Shame, the movie where Fassbender's character can't stop seeking out sex, even when it leaves him feeling emptier each time. That kind of addiction, it doesn't care about faces. It only cares about the cycle.
Yeah, it's a fetishizing, right? Where the guys, they don't care who it is, as long as you have a pum pum, right? It could be that their fetish is hand jobs. He don't care what the fuck it is. Just as long as it's a hand, I'm good. You know, like it has nothing to do with the girl. And if the girl that they're with leaves, he's like, "Fuck you, then I'm gonna call another one." And and that objectification affects people, affects the man and affects the woman, the receiver. You know, um, it perpetuates the cycle, and it ends both. She ends up hating men or being disgusted by men, and men end up hating women because they think every woman's like that. You know, one of the things about trauma is that you generalize your trauma to everyone.
I also I saw it men who thought that they were in control, but they were drowning in it, coming back again and again, hoping it would fill something inside of them that just kept growing. They became addicted to that lifestyle. It's weird.
The anxiety, right? I'm gonna stop it because I don't want to get demonetized. But her, the escorts relieve tension, right? You gotta understand, validation is a numbing drug. It allows you to forget your negative feelings. And so when you get validation from a woman, the first validation is intense. It numbs you completely. But each time you do it, it has a less numbing agent. And you would think that it'll cause you to stop. No, it creates frustration. You get frustrated at the fact that it's not working no more. And so now you add drugs to it, or you get more, or you add to the experience. Maybe you start drinking more while you do it so that it could release more dopamine. All they're looking for is to be numb, you know, to be completely numb. Then why? Because they're suffering. They're unhappy. They're depressed.
But it happens. Then there were the ones who didn't belong there. Attractive, charming, the kind of man that you would think could pick up any girl in a bar. The one that you were just like, why are you here?
Well, they're doing it for power, right? They're not doing it because they can't get women. They're doing it because they like the control that the prostitutes give, right? It's more so that the fact that she could do this while my girl can't. She's okay with the gluck gluck. But my girl thinks that's fucking crazy, right? You get what I'm saying? Like so you sort of there's no need to give back, you know, and when you're done, she leaves. So that's the power. That's the power that they're after, you know. So that's why they're good looking. The good looking ones and the ugly ones have different needs, right? Because the ugly ones most likely are there for the sex, right? The good looking ones are there for more customized experience.
Why are you paying me? And the craziest thing is one guy I'll never forget. I asked him and he just said that he's tired of the games. He was tired of going out on and taking women out on dates and
Hmm.
spending $200 on
Yeah,
food and drinks and just to be ghosted
yeah,
or to
yeah.
find
Look, I get that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I completely understand where that brother's coming from, right? Because like it's like what the fuck, man? Like then they'll ghost you and like but then what happens is that when you have that much control, you're always comparing it. So when you're with a normal chick, right? You're like, oh, all right, but then she's like, oh, I gotta go home. I'm like, the fuck? You hey, and then you text her, she blocks you. You're like, oh fuck this shit, man. I'm tired of this book. So you develop less patience for normal people, right? You develop less patience. Um, and what that means is that I don't like not controlling this. I don't like the way it feels. Let me go towards control.
out that the girl had a boyfriend or to find out, there's all these games involved. He just got sick
Yep,
and tired of it.
yep,
He became bitter for sure.
yep, yep.
And he was just like, I'd rather just pay for what I want. at
Yep.
that point. Like I would just pay and I could see like that he became better. It felt like What Is Love, and the film men stopped trying to connect because
Wait, did she say he became better?
see like that he became better. It felt like What Is Love, and the film men stop trying to connect because they feel used, tired of rejection, and instead of risking real intimacy again, they pay for something simple, even if it's hollow. But the most unsettling part of was the men who didn't want people at all. I've seen it now, men choosing AI girlfriends, virtual companions, because
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
wild.
disappoint. They're
That's
programmed to love you
wild.
back. It reminds me
That's
of Blade
wild.
Runner 2049. The main
Dude, I thought this was like in like 5, 10 years ago, but it's like 2025. Yo, this camera sucks.
character has an AI girlfriend. She says everything he needs to hear. She's perfect, but she's not real. And that's the problem. That's where we're heading. Real intimacy is it's too risky.
It's too
We
awkward.
build something artificial and call it love, and it works until you realize you're even lonelier than before because
But
people
that's
have
the
a hard
thing. You're lonely because you're not getting feedback. You're not getting human feedback. You know, it's like it's like seeing food in real life versus seeing it online, right? You don't get that physical feedback. It's completely different. Your brain is not wired to text with a fucking with computers. You need to see the person, hear them breathe, feel the warmth, look at them in the eye, wait for their responses, see those little things, and you respond to that. This symbiotic response, which is physical and nonverbal, which you can't with the AI, has a certain like healing quality to humans, right? Like the whole interaction, like releases tension. And these guys are chronically stressed, chronically depressed, chronically lonely. And they don't want to get out of that because they don't know how to deal with negative emotions. They don't have that capacity. They never train themselves to feel those awkward feelings.
time now being transparent because we've all been hurt, right? We've all been hurt. Some men don't want intimacy, they want control. I wasn't a person to some of them, I was
Yeah,
something to conquer.
yeah,
It felt like Ex Machina, where
yeah.
men build AI women not to love them, but to own them, to
Hmm.
manipulate, to discard them when they
Yep.
stop playing along.
Hmm.
Um, this is the part that really terrifies me, though, is it's not just trafficking anymore. It's not just men paying for women. We've stepped into something darker. Um, for me, what I learned about men was there's a different variety of men, but honestly, most of them were lonely, were bitter, um, were had a hard time finding something meaningful, and
And this is why I have a job. I'm gonna be honest with you because let me be honest with you, ladies. Y'all are difficult with it. It's hard. Like I don't think women have any idea, right? Like me, I got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't struggle as much, but even I got frustrated a lot of the times with women because they would ghost you. They would do shit that makes you wonder your value as a person, right? Like they'll show a lot of interest and then completely ghost you. Like ghosting is such a common thing online, and it's so normalized to ghost people. And when people act like it doesn't hurt. I'll be honest with you. I think ghosting is some of the most painful forms of rejection that people can go through. Being ghosted because you're pretty much being told, I don't fucking care about you. Get away from me. I don't even need to text you. No, like it's such a normalized traumatic experience, and guys get ghosted a shit ton. And like what it creates is an aggression towards women. You fucking hate them. Like, but again, remember when I told you, right? When you get traumatized, you generalize, right? You generalize. You make general statements about people, right? When you've been hurt a lot, and so that creates a general bitterness towards women, right? And then these feminists tell guys, I teach guys, and they call me a fucking asshole. They call me a sexist because I'm trying to help these motherfuckers get girls the normal way. And they're like, oh, they're teaching manipulation. Oh, they're teaching red pill. It's like, yo, hey, I'm trying to help. Like, I'm helping these motherfuckers not get into that type of into escorts. Like, because that's worse. If nobody teaches these guys how to get a girlfriend, what the fuck you think is gonna happen? Like, they want guys to to fix their problems, but then when they have people trying to help, they call them like evil. Like it's insane. It's almost like they don't even want guys to get help. Like they want them to get help their way that they want to. Oh, go see Bob the therapist. It's like he don't need a therapist, man. He needs some pussy. sorry. Not the, you get what I'm saying. Like he needs real life experience. He needs to know what's he doing wrong, how to meet women, where to go, he needs all that shit, man. In society nowadays don't want guys to get help. They only want guys to get help the way they wanted to, right? Like it's just so annoying. Sorry. Oh my God, Father Alex, no.
And/or I think they became addicted to the whole
Let's go back.
meaningful and and/or I think they became addicted to the whole cycle. That was the
She's
majority of
nervous.
it. Um, the ones who were grieving or whatever, that was different. There were men. This is this is the part that I feel like the most embarrassed about and
What?
ashamed, and I don't think I have forgiven myself. Eventually, when I would find out that men were married, it was horrible, and I felt horrible. I was I would try to talk to them about it and ask them questions, like questions I shouldn't even be asking,
Yeah, don't be asking
to
that
try to like
question.
figure out how could I help their marriage
No.
and what could I give any advice. And
I knew she had I knew she had therapist vibes. Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of these escorts, a lot of the times, get traumatized to the point that they become empathic, right? They become really good at reading, and they also, because of their own traumas, they want to help others. And a lot of times, yeah, it's true, man. A lot of psychologists can be kinky, right? Like,
I remember asking this doctor, and I was like, "Where does your wife think you are right now?" And he said, "Oh, on lunch break." And even just saying that now,
yeah, don't be asking that question.
I remember that day, the pit of my stomach. It just, I was a part of the problem.
No, you weren't.
The
Well,
people behind me were a part of the problem,
mm,
and I feel so sorry. I feel so bad for those women.
yeah. This girl really experiences a lot of guilt, unnecessary guilt, right? And that's to me, it's a sign. She's a sign. It's a sign of a rescuer, of a somebody who wants to rescue. Most likely, she dates narcissists, right? Most likely, she dates a lot of broken people. You could most likely she gets a lot of significance through helping others, but a lot of the times because she helps others, the people who she helps stab her in the back, I guess, right? That happens a lot, right? She's dealing with psychopaths, right? It's like having a pet chimp, right? You're dealing with a psychopath. Eventually, he's gonna rip your nose off.
And I feel so much guilt and pain. And
She,
honestly,
she,
I don't understand those men. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really understand that. If
well, it's simple. It's what you saw. You don't need to make any more sense out of it. That's what you see, right? Like, but the issue here is that it's what's blocking your lack of understanding of men is just your own inattention, right? It creates a sense of confusion, you know, um, nervousness. Like she looks a lot. She looks very nervous when she
it's not
talks about that
working
kind of
and you
stuff.
have to go and betray somebody and go behind their back and pay somebody, and you don't know,
It's not all the guys, but yeah,
you might as well leave the relationship, the
no, they're
marriage.
not going to do that.
Um,
No, they're not going to do
but again,
that.
that's not for me to
Yeah,
force
it's like saying stop smoking. It's not that simple. It's not that. It's an addiction. They people you. If there's one thing about humans, seizure girl, it's the fact that people want their cake and eat it too. They want to have their wife while being able to have a side chick. That's just how it
people.
is.
That was one of the worst. I would say the other worst thing was being trafficked to drugs dealers. Yeah, yeah. I hear it from guys I know. I hear this from friends, from guys I used to date, or my partner now that we are together. How OnlyFans is safer than dating. How AI girlfriends never reject you. I've watched men lose themselves to corn because it feels easier than facing real people. And women,
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah.
the same thing.
Some guys will rather masturbate than have sex with their girl. Mhm.
Women are just as bad. I mean, we're ghosting for sport,
Dude,
using
it's
men for
crazy.
attention we don't even care about.
It's crazy.
But now
People,
it's not just us
people,
hurt
people have no idea how much it hurts to be ghosted. Like I just think as a society, we act like it doesn't hurt. Oh, it's cool. I tell people that shit. I'm like, look, man, don't ghost me. That shit hurts me. Like, don't do that shit to me. I'm a cry, motherfucker. I'm gonna shed a tear if you do that shit because I don't like that. Like nobody's invulnerable to being ghosted. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like nobody likes that, you know. And seriously, we should shame people who ghost. Like there's just a bunch of psychopaths out there ghosting people, man. Like it's fucked up. Like it's like be polite. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have women who you just don't take dating seriously, and you have these desperate fucks. They're like, please date me, and it's like they don't know how much it hurts. Like women would just message you and then not respond. It's like why? Like why are you messaging someone you're not interested in? And I understand, like you're not sure. I get it, but it's like it adds to the problem. That's the issue.
hurting each other, it's machines. AI girlfriends are already here. I've seen the ads. She listens to you. She won't cheat on you. And people think it's funny and they laugh. But I don't think it is.
She's serious. She wouldn't cheat.
Because the truth is, humans are parasites to each other. We drain each other. We use each other. We traumatize each other. But here's the part that stings. Who builds the AI girlfriends? Who creates the corn? Who feels trafficking? It's not robots, it's humans. So when humans are trying to say, hey, don't worry, this robot isn't going to hurt you, who's the creator of it? A human. We create the very thing that destroys us. We hurt each other. Then we turn around and design something worse to replace the connection that we ruined. And it feels like a cycle that is never ending. AI girlfriends are just the beginning. What happens when robots replace intimacy altogether? What happens when corn isn't just on screen, but something we can feel, live in, escape to? At some point, we won't need each other at all. And honestly, that really scares me. I don't know if that scares you, but when I think about this and I think about everything that I've learned from men and what I see around me, I feel like I'm holding bricks in my hands. Like, I'm so terrified for the future generation. We are just in a cycle of destruction when it comes to relationships. I think about it a lot, how we ruin each other and call it normal. And it's hard to say this, but after everything I've seen, I don't know if we can stop.
No, you
We
can't.
destroy each other for money, for attention, for control, and now we're building things to destroy the little intimacy we have left. The scariest part, we won't even realize how far that we've gone until there's nothing human left to save.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers. I'm just someone who's been hurt, trying to understand why we keep hurting each other, why, my own choices, my own decisions, or even my own decisions that were not really mine to make. Um, but there's one thing I know, it's this. If we don't stop seeing each other as disposable, we'll build a world where none of us matter.
Well, the problem is that people are not talking. They're not meeting physically. It's just that simple. They're doing the most anti-human thing you could possibly do, and that's not connect with others. So, it's like you can't fix it if everyone is literally physically far away from each other, and people are addicted to being alone. You can't fix that. Like it comes down to removing all technology and reconnecting with the world. Like, and that's not going to happen until the nuclear holocaust.
Because at the end of the day, we can't blame the robots. We can't blame OnlyFans.
Poor
We can't blame
robots.
corn. We can't blame trafficking. We can't blame escorts. We build them. We keep all of this stuff going when it's a cycle that we have to be able to close and to stop. And how? I don't know. Maybe having this type of conversation. Like I've said in the past video, I did not go through all of that for nothing. And I'm trying to figure out what can I do with all of that pain? What can I do with the self-betrayal, most of all, the betrayal of my own self? Wasn't just others, it was me, but I betrayed my own self, I allowed people to do things to me. I didn't protect myself. I look back, I have flashbacks, and I think about how I just want to grab myself like 10 years ago and just wrap that girl up and say, "You're gonna be okay. Like, I got you. I'm gonna get you out of this. You're gonna be okay." For any man that is watching this, some of you, I understand, some of you I don't understand, and that's okay. I know some of you don't understand women, and that's okay. But this isn't a
Man,
competition of
that's that's crazy stuff, man. What can you do, right? What can you do about that? You know, you can only pray that um you don't get jaded by men, right? Because she has so many bad negative experiences, but also, um, sex addiction is a real thing, you know? It's a real thing. And that's that's the world that we live in.
Are you needy and creepy? Do you have a tough time coming across confident when you like the person? A lot of the times you just don't know what to do. You have habits and patterns that whenever somebody triggers you, you completely forget what to do the right thing. Well, guess what? I have a course for that. And it's called The Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, and The Feminine Woman. What I call the fundamentals. All of those courses are meant to eradicate and exercise the needy, creepy parts in you through action. Meaning, you do what the videos say, and without a shadow of a doubt, you actually get the results. You'll notice that men call you back more. Men will want more relationships with you. They're gonna be the ones that are needy and creepy. They're gonna be the ones that want something. They're gonna be the ones that are the aggressors in trying to get a relationship out of you. But the problem is that a lot of people just watch one or two videos and completely forget that there's actually a system. Don't just watch one or two videos. Get the system either by purchasing all of them and get a discount, or purchase them individually. Because a lot of the times, just watching one video in isolation, you actually miss the big picture. You have to understand why it works. You have to understand what to do next. And a lot of times, my videos just can't address that. A lot of people, you see by the testimonies right here, a lot of people have done what those videos say and they've gotten results. Like the other day, I was in Mexico and they were like, "Hey, Alexis," and I'm like, "Hey, oh my God, your videos are so great." And I'm like, and she was like, "Look at my kid." I'm like, what you talk about your kid? That's not my kid. She's like, "No, no, no. Because of him, because of your videos, he's here." And I'm like, okay, all right, that's a. But I get that a lot. And ironically, that woman watches all of my videos, right? So purchase those courses, man. And if you don't like it, you actually could get a 30-day money back guarantee, right? Purchase them individually or get a discount and purchase them all by clicking on the description down below. You have the option of purchasing the one with the bonuses that obviously it's more material, where it's like I give you guys meditations. There's also other courses on how to make friends, how to master anything, or you could purchase it without the bundle, which is much more affordable. All right. And with that, you guys are able to support my channel, which will allow me to make more videos. Okay. Anyways, see you guys inside, and thank you.